Good evening. Thank you all for coming. You all from Hammersmith? Anywhere? Who else have we got in? Anyone more exotic? One at a time. Where from? Who's from the most exotic place? Swindon? Do you like it? No. Why do you live there? Why do we do that in Britain? Everybody lives somewhere they hate. Why do you do it? We've got the choice. You don't have to live there, presumably. I mean, I'm not picking on you, Swindon. It's just that when I say somewhere exotic and I was looking for genuinely somebody to go Barbados. You said what? You said Switzerland, did you? Oh, brilliant. I tell you what, ignore the fact that I ignored you for comedy purposes. Oh, no, don't you? Oh, let's not let that go. Let's not think he's on a bit of a roll here. This could be funny. Let's come back to the fact that I said it was Switzerland. Let's point out the fact that what I said was actually a comedic dead end. Brilliantly, let's point that out. He's having fun with this Swindon bit. Everybody's having a good time. Oh, no, I actually said Switzerland. I think you'll find there's no comedy there, comedian, you see. I think I was trying to make a really boring, serious, typically Swiss point, frankly. Good time chatting about, I said Switzerland. Okay, you said Switzerland, did you? Oh, in that case, forget everything I was just saying. Oh, hello, Switzerland, nice to have you here. Is that what you were looking for? That's comedy in your country, I suppose, isn't it? He's a genius. I was having fun, man. I thought you said Swindon. Look at you, you've got your sunglasses on your forehead. Don't say, go on, why have you done that? I obviously don't want a funny answer, just the truth will do. Do you even speak English? He doesn't, look at that. Brilliant. And he's your mate, isn't he? Yeah. Hey, guess what? There's this fella tonight doing a comedy DVD recording. It's really important that the audience hangs on every word and gets it and really laughs and is on. Why don't you come along? What? I said, come along to the recording tonight. Sit 4 rows back in the front. What? What a word, look at him. Anybody else? Somebody brought along a friend whose head's on back to front. Anybody got that? Somebody who can't even look at the stage at all. Is anybody like that? I'm supposed to get worked up into anger. I'm going mental. I've only been out there. We haven't even started the show yet. And look at me, I've got veins popping out. I should do the show, shouldn't I, really, regardless. I'll have to change most of it now. I'll have to speak a bit slower, obviously. And take the punchlines out. You're happy with the setup so you can cope with that much amusement, can you, Swiss German? Welcome all of you to the show. This show is called The Book of John. It is about a bloke called John that I met. He's a driver, right, this guy. He's like a professional driver. I was going to say chauffeur, but that makes him sound posh, doesn't it? And John is definitely not posh, right? There's one thing he's not, he's posh. And the reason I hired a driver in the first place is because my life had gone a bit weird. And not all bad, by the way. Some lovely things have happened to me in the last few years. I got married to a lovely woman called Sian. That was nice. Some Sian fans in there. Yeah, we got a lovely little dog called Rosie. We've got a nice place to live. And then it sort of went tits up from there. So my mother died a horrible, cruel, long, drawn-out death from Alzheimer's. My dad had a heart attack the following week. Yeah, I know, but survived, but then went into a care home, and then unfortunately died during lockdown, so we couldn't get to see him. He died on his own in a home. All have been through this kind of stuff, I know. What else? My wife got diagnosed with an agonizing, incurable condition called endometriosis that some of you will know about, possibly suffer with. I had a stroke. Or a mini stroke, I should say. I got diagnosed with ADHD. I got diagnosed with dyslexia. What else is there? Oh, and we've been trying and failing to have kids for 8 years. There we go. You're fucking clapping that. Which bit of that did you not understand? Fucking hell. Oh, I'm glad I came. Yes, the world is in a bit of a state, but this is really cheering me up, all this. Yes, oh, wonderful. You're strap in for the big laughs, Cardiff. If this is why you've come, to get away from the misery of the world out there, you have come to the right show, madam, I'll tell you that. Absolutely, this show's got the lot. Death, strokes, Alzheimer's, faulty nutsacks, you fucking lap it up. Lap it up, you fucking weirdo. Well, I'm calling you a weirdo. I'm doing the show about this shit. Yeah, this is how I met John. All this stuff happening is how I met John. Basically, when my mum died, right, my dad's in hospital with a heart attack. I can't drive because I've had a stroke, so I was trying to organise my mother's funeral on public transport, right? I don't mean the funeral was on public transport. You know what I mean. I was on public... The funeral was in Wales. I was in London most of the time. I was on public transport, going back and forth to Wales, trying to sort things out. And I wasn't coping very well on the train. But basically, I hired a driver to get me through that difficult period, right? And that driver was John. And I know how that sounds, by the way. I know how lucky and privileged I am to be able to hire a driver, right, when life gets a bit... But fuck me, we had nothing in common. I disagreed with every single thing that man said, everything he did. Sometimes just a thought. I could see him thinking in the rearview mirror. But that's bollocks for a start, right? Don't even say that out loud, mate. Things are bad enough, and I'm cooped up all day, every day in a car with this twat. He's not a nasty twat, don't misunderstand me. There's not a nasty bone in his body, right? He's just an irritating twat, is what he is. Right? Irritating. But he became my inspiration. You know, the wind beneath my comedy wings. What's the word? My muse. That's the word. The only reason I'm here tonight is because of John, because John had a gift, right? He had a gift. He had a wonderful, this is a very rare gift. This is the greatest gift you can give to any comedian, right? John is thick as shit and loves to talk. Right? Thick as shit, and he knows fuck all about anything, right? But he's got a really strong opinion on all of it. Still the type of... Do you know what John? Do we all know what John? I know. And you always knew when it was coming, because he always said, the thing is. Right? Whenever the best stuff was coming, he'd go, the thing is, John. I'd be like, hang on, I'll get my pen. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, John, stay with me. In the end, I couldn't keep up. I was writing it down. It was too much of it. I had to start recording him on this is a little dictaphone, a voice recorder. I started recording him on this, and then I would write it up when I got home, right? And this is the result, basically. This is the book of John, of the title of the show. This is a faithful record of many of our conversations in the car. I'm going to start you off with an easy one, right? I will ease you in gently with a 40-minute argument about frozen prawns. Here we go. Hello? Hello up there, hello down there, hello? Hello. Good evening, are you well? Where are the Welsh people?
Come on!
Oh, God. You're up there, are you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Just near the edge. Been waiting for this for months, I'll bet. Yeah, you booked that seat a long time ago. Well, you grew up in Wales, did you, my friend?
Certainly did, sir.
You certainly did. It's tough, isn't it, growing up in Wales?
I saw.
Yeah, it is. I remember one night I dreamt it stopped raining. Did that happen to you? Never forget that first dry dream, do you? Oh, it's nice to be here on the telly. It's a lot bigger than it looks, isn't it? Confusing, isn't it? Do you live in London now, Welsh person?
Yes.
You do? Do you find it friendly? The pause says a lot. I've lived here 10 years. I haven't met anyone yet. I haven't spoken to anyone, I haven't made any friends. I almost met somebody who's a lady. A lady, a girl, you know what I'm talking about. Last year, this lady, she'd broken down with her car, driving this battered old Ford Fiesta, 20 years old if it was a day, you know. She was very heavily pregnant. So I stopped to help. That's the right thing to do, isn't it? Well, it is the right thing to do, okay? It's the right thing to do, I'm sure of it. But I was there for 2 hours helping her fix her car. Do you know, she didn't even say thank you. Nothing. I was pretty angry, I was pretty upset, you know, and then as I walked away, I walked back to my car. I saw something that made me even angrier, something that made me furious. This woman had a sticker on the back of her car, ladies and gentlemen. Turns out she's got another car. I told you what it was, you wouldn't believe me.
I said, 2 hours I've been here, 2 hours I've been here fixing your car, now you've got a Porsche sitting at home. What's going on? Do you know what she said? Do you know what she said to me? She said, that's just a joke. It's just a joke. She said, it's just a silly car sticker. I haven't really got a Porsche, it's just a joke. Don't listen to that. Did you know they were just jokes, those stickers? Oh, did I? I'm not stupid, I catch on pretty quick. I saw the same woman again. Same woman a few months later, another one of these stupid baby on board this time. I'm not falling for that. She stopped at the lights and just slammed into the back of it. I wasn't going to look a fool twice. I haven't met anyone. 10 years. No friends. I've stalked a few people. Any stalkers in? Are there? No stalkers. Anyone ever thought about it? See, I tried it for a little while. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, you know. Your life's not your own when you're stalking people. It's true. Just once in the whole time I was stalking. It just would have been nice if we could have done what I wanted to do. Always got to fit around them, haven't you? If you're thinking about stalking somebody, if you are, choose who you stalk very carefully. That's my advice to you. There's a lot of strange people out there. I've stalked some right loonies. In fact, if you are going to stalk somebody, you've got somebody in mind, you've chosen your person. My advice, follow them for a few months first. Just on a trial basis. See if you're compatible. See if you've got the same interests. It can be a lonely life, you know, being a stalker. People don't realise how lonely it is. You know, the best thing to do, I found, was always try and stalk somebody who's already stalking somebody else. And then they might be stalking somebody else. You see, I got lucky once. I was in a chain of 11. On this little minibus. We had some lovely days out, Alton Towers. I played Sunday League football for a few weeks. Well, they weren't a bad side. There were some good players, and, you know, only problem was one of us would go for the ball, we'd all go. And nobody looking for space. That's about my time. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. You've got some wonderful acts coming up. I'm Rhod Gilbert. Thank you very much. Good night.
Right, I call it John logic, and it doesn't matter what batshit theory he's coming out with, there's always some logic in there somewhere. This is his theory. John reckons the sea around Iceland is so cold that the local fishermen can only catch frozen prawns. That's what he reckons, right? That's what... Yeah, welcome to my world. That's what I had to put up with. Months of this shit. Right, and I'm like, I'm in the car, I'm in the back, he's in the front, the radio's on. I thought, maybe I've missed something. You know, maybe something's got lost in translation. I said, are you saying, John, then that frozen prawns live? Right? Because that's the crux of the argument, isn't it? I said, you're saying that frozen prawns are alive and well and living in the sea around Iceland. Right? Well, of course they are. How else would they survive? I was like, well, how does a frozen prawn survive? He said, what do you mean? I said, if a prawn freezes, John, how the fuck does it go about the business of life? So he said? He said, they're used to it. They're born frozen. Of course they are. Of course they're the whole family's there on his mum. There's Dad there, they're all... Of course, I said, can they move and swim? He said, I don't think so. The ice is too thick. Oh, so they just sat there, are they? Staring out of a block of ice 24 hours a day. It's not a fucking great life, is it? Can they eat? He said, of course they eat. Everything's got to eat. I was like, what can they eat? They're frozen solid. He's like, well, they eat other frozen stuff. Like what? Peas? Findus crispy pancakes? What are they having tonight, John? What are you talking about? The frozen stuff. This is right. I'll cut to the end, right? I said, here's a question for you, John. Here's a hypothetical question for you. And this is the perfect example of John logic. Right? I can't give you a better example of how John's mind works than this. I said, okay, John, let's assume you're right, right? Okay. All right, fair enough. Let's go with it. Let's run with your idea. Let's say I go to the supermarket, right? And I buy a bag of frozen prawns. And I get them home, right? And I put them in my freezer at home. Are you saying then, John, hypothetically, right, in theory at least, those prawns could still be alive in there, right? You went, not in a bag, they'd suffocate. Right? I flew to Ireland. Any Irish in? I flew to Dublin a few years ago, and I've told this story all over the world, you know, and everywhere I've gone, I've blamed a different airline.
for this story, but the true story happened on a flight to Dublin. And I can't tell you the name of the airline I flew with for legal reasons. We'll call them Brian Air, right? And listen, I was excited. I was going abroad. I'm Welsh. I bought shorts, T-shirts, sunglasses. They don't even sell them in Wales. I had to go to Bristol to buy them. I was excited, and then I bought myself a brand new suitcase as well, one of the posh ones with the wheels, and then I flew to Dublin. I will show you what I found when I arrived in Dublin airport just a few hours later. That. It's not funny. Anyway, I get the last laugh. It still works. You can see where some hilarious baggage handlers put a heavy label on that. Look. Bend your knees is the advice to anybody tackling that baby. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. The flight was about $9.99. I wasn't expecting miracles. If I'm completely honest with you, the first 3 times this went round the baggage carousel, I laughed. Everybody laughed the first 3 times. It was hilarious. The staff, the passengers, everybody was having a great time, and then one by one they went home. It was just me and Liz. I thought I could sort it out. I took this to the desk. I marched over. Thought, I'll sort this out. I didn't know what I was up against. The girl on the desk looks at me, no hint of irony. She says, what seems to be the problem? I said, mainly it's about my luggage. She said, is that not it? This is some of it. Don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled to get this back. The thing is, I'm here for a month. I'm pretty sure I packed more than this. She started asking me those questions. You know those questions they ask you in airports? I've heard these questions all over the world. They're normally perfectly sensible questions. There was no need for it. She said, could anybody have interfered with it? So we probably shouldn't rule that out. She said, have you left it unattended at any point? I said, I suppose I must have. I'm not the most observant person in the world, but if this had happened while I was wheeling it through the airport, I think I'd have noticed. Surely it would have gone very light, very quickly. She said, did you pack it yourself? I thought, why? What are you suggesting? I think my mother packed for me and thought this is all I'd need. She said, we'll do a report. Don't you worry, Mr. Gilbert, we'll soon have your luggage back. I thought, good, this is progress. Do your bloody report. And it was all going quite well until about question 3. She took my name, she took my address, and then she said, does your luggage have any distinguishing features, Mr. Gilbert? I said, it's got a long black handle, if that's any use. And she wrote that down. Everyone's a comedian in Ireland, aren't they? Everyone's, especially the taxi drivers, they're the worst. Because I walked from the airport to the taxi rank. And bear in mind that I didn't have a 5-minute story to tell. I just had 22 kilograms of missing shit. I wasn't looking too pleased, you know, but the guy in the first taxi, he saw me coming along with this. His eyes lit up. You could see what he was gonna, it was so predictable. You could see what he could, oh, he walks down to the back. So, pops open the boot. Oh. Typical Irish wit. He says, do you want a hand with that? No, thank you. I think I can manage. I said, if you really want to help, you can take the trolley back. This is my current favourite on the trains, is when they go, ladies and gentlemen, the buffet car is now open. Serving a selection of hot and cold snacks, teas, coffees, biscuits, crisps. And then I'm thinking, please say it, please say it. And then they go, on board today, we have our travelling chef. Piss off. Travelling chef. Now, is he? That's awesome. That's the biggest piece of travelling. Old Toasty Jeff. Fair play. Toasty Jeff is now a travelling chef there. Have a look in his kitchen. Right, because you're thinking, oh, he's not a travel. Look at his kitchen. Because normally you don't get access to the world's top chefs' kitchens. You can on the trains, just stick your head on the counter like that. You can see straight in. Consists entirely of a microwave and a pair of tongs. That's all he's got in there. He's not a travelling chef. I've got a plastic spoon and a tracker bar in my coat pocket. I'm not Marco Pierre White, right? Who's that? Who's that with the sandwich trolley, darling? I think it's Heston Blumenthal. It is Heston. I'll have a Twix. Well, I was on this flight. We were about to take off from this RAF base when I received a picture, text message from the girl I'd been seeing at the time, who's left me now. I was going to say for reasons that'll become obvious. They're probably fairly obvious to most of you already. It's partly my personality, but it's partly she's left me for a younger man, you see. Because, well, she wasn't even that much younger than me. But because this picture she sent me when I was going away over there was of her it was a saucy one. Of her in a sort of semi-naked condition, you see, because she sent me this picture thinking it would get me through a lonely few weeks in Afghanistan, I suppose. But she wasn't even that much younger than me. I was nearly 40 at the time and she was 34. Which on paper sounds fine, doesn't it? That should work out perfectly well. But unfortunately, God's played that little trick on all of us. He or she has played that where she was 34 and as a woman hitting her sexual peak with a vengeance. And as a man at 40, I was 23 years past mine. She was killing me, that's the truth of it. Night after relentless night, putting me to the sword. Sue, I'm 40 years old, and sex once a week is fine for me. With a change of position if absolutely necessary. 3 weeks written notice, so she's left me now for somebody who didn't tell her to grow up when she suggested doing it twice in the same week. You can sleep when you're dead. She didn't need sleep. You can sleep when you're dead. You can sleep when you're dead. In that case, hop on and do me now, because I am one away. I'm one away from eternal rest. Hallelujah. Put me out of my bloody misery. Let me slip away quietly. Because she sent me this picture of herself naked, thinking it would get me through a lonely couple of weeks in Afghanistan, because she was at her sexual peak. 2 weeks to her without sex was unthinkable. What she didn't realise is the only bloody reason I was going to Afghanistan in the first place was to get away from her. I was a sex tourist of a different sort. I was trying to escape from it. It's true, I'd tried everything. I thought, where can I go in the world where there's no chance of anybody asking me? It's got to be Afghanistan, hasn't it? Unless the Taliban have very much changed their tactics since I last watched the news. They banned anything to do with sex. I thought it's unlikely they're going to want to spend the whole week knobbing a Western comedian. If they did by that point, frankly, a change was going to be as good as a rest anyway. They also banned pool tables and dancing and alcohol and parties. So at least if I do get off with one of the Taliban, it'll be a cheap date and, more importantly, an early night for the first time. Operation Enduring Freedom, you call it, don't you? I call it Operation Salvage What's Left of Your Self-Esteem and Your Todger. Starting to look like a dog's toy by this point. Going to Afghanistan was a last resort. You tried all the tricks you do when you're in this situation where you've got a partner who's killing you every night. I'd wriggle out of it any way I could. I'd go to bed early with a headache. She'd come upstairs. I'd pretend to be asleep, pretend to be drunk, and pretend to be dead. There's nothing you can do. She'd come at me like something off Robot Wars. She was attacking me. She'd get me in the end. It was only I could buy a bit of time. That's the best. I could slow her down. I could put glue down. Scatter nails as I backed up the stairs, tie her shoelaces together, would slow her down a bit. I've left her roller skate at the foot of the stairs. She fell and broke her ankle. I gained about 2 minutes. She was coming upstairs one night. I poured boiling oil on top of her like the Romans used to do. I had just enough time for a banana and a quick energy drink, and she was on me again. And the oil ruined a perfectly good pair of Whimsy-ette pyjamas. And a brand new bloody Valance, for that matter. I tried to ring my mother from Afghanistan earlier this year. It's true, you get to do some weird gigs in this job. You know, I go out to entertain the troops in Afghanistan and Iraq and all out those places. Has anybody been out to those places? Have you, really? Is there anybody out there? Where are you? Give us a wave. Back there. Are you in the forces or ex-forces? You're in the forces. Which one are you in? The Paras. Shit. Anyone in the TA? Do you know, I go out, have you been out to those places? It's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, it's all right for you. Yeah, you got the training. It's all right for you. It's terrifying for us, a civilian. See, and that's the thing. You love to wind us up, don't you? Because you have to fly. You can't fly from Heathrow, can you? You have to fly with the RAF out to Baghdad or Kabul, don't you? And as soon as you get on the flight, they love it, because if you're not in the forces, they love it. As soon as you get on that flight, they seize every opportunity to wind you up. 20 minutes before you arrive in a war zone, Kabul, or they put all the lights out on the plane, don't they? Everything goes out, right? It's terrifying. Even the lights that flash on the end of the wing, everything goes out. And it's terrifying, and that's where you really start winding people up, because that's where you start handing out your helmets and your flak jackets and your machine guns for you, and we get a swimming cap and a glow stick to waggle about. It's true. They wind you up. Do you know, I was on that. You can tell me if this is true. Because I was on a flight to Kabul. And the first thing I did when we arrived in Kabul was I went to switch my phone on. Is this true? Because movers, they call them, these logistics people in the army. The girl saw me going to switch my phone on in Kabul. She screamed at me. She said, "You there! Turn your phone off, turn your phone off. What do you do? Not turn that phone on. Did you turn your phone on?" I said, "No." I had, right? She said, "Turn your phone off, turn your phone off." I said, "Why?" She said, "This is the bit I don't know if it's true." But she said, "The Taliban are in the foothills and in the mountains around this airfield. And if you so much as turn your phone on," she said, that they have such sophisticated equipment that they can access the numbers that you've dialed. And is that true?
Not far off.
Not far off. Because I said I was just going to ring my mum. No, tell her I'm safe. She'll be worried. She'll be concerned. I said, "I'm just going to ring my mum, tell her I've arrived in Kabul." She said, "Whatever you do, don't do that, because if you ring somebody, then not only do they know where you are, but they can access the numbers that you've dialed. And the Taliban," she said, "will ring your mother." And I said, "Oh yeah? Let them bloody ring her. Because they'll hang up before she does, I promise you that much. Unless they've got an unhealthy interest in next door's new caravan, they're going to hang up before she does. And they would regret it the following Sunday and every Sunday after that, when they're trying to watch the Vicar of Dibley and she rings up in the middle of it. Who is it? It's Mrs. Gilbert. Who? The one with the caravan. You remember? How did she get her number? She must have done 1471. I don't know. Tell her in the bath. We live in a cave, you bloody idiot. She's asking if I need a torch. How bright? 1,000,000 candles. What the hell are we going to do with that? She's mental. Just hang up. I can't. She's gone to get the cat. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. It's been a pleasure to play for you. I'm Rhod Gilbert. Thank you very, 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 very much.
Hello, good evening, Royal Albert Hall. Are you well? Let me hear you make some noise. Are you well? It is wonderful to be here. This is my second Royal Variety performance. I'm going to confess something, I almost didn't make this one. At 4:30 this afternoon, I genuinely thought I was going to be arrested in a Tesco Metros. I'll tell you what it's about. I'll cut straight to the point. This is what caused the argument. This is why I was almost arrested. This packet of jacket potatoes. I was almost arrested because of this jacket potatoes. Basically, I only wanted one. I'm going away first thing on tomorrow morning on holiday. I wanted one jacket potato for my dinner tonight, so I called the manager and I said, "Excuse me, I just want one jacket potato." She said, "I'm sorry, sir, they come in packs of 2. I said, "No, they don't. You did this." She said, "You what?" I said, "You did this. This isn't Noah's vegetable rack. Potatoes come in ones. It's 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, not 2 potato, 4 potato, 6 potato, 8. She said, "But there's 2 in the pack." I said, "I can see there's 2 in the pack. I'm not an idiot, but I'm making jacket potato for my dinner, and I'm pretty sure I can nail it on the first attempt. So I don't need a contingency potato."
So just take one out and I'll be on my way. Everyone's happy. She said, we can't possibly do that. We don't sell them singly. You'll have to take the 2 and have the other one another day. I said, I would normally, but I'm going away at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and I don't really want a Jackie potato at 5:30 for breakfast. And she said, couldn't you take it with you? I said, I'm going to America. That's where potatoes came from in the first place. What do you want me to tell their customs officers, that I'm bringing them back one by one? Oh, don't worry, officer, they didn't get far and this one's the ringleader. Here he is, come on you, get back in there. This is where apparently I could have been arrested, because I said, give it to her, I'll split the pack, I'll do it. She said, you do that, you could be arrested. I said, I'm charged with what? Separating potatoes? Bring it on, I'll be out in 6 months, you don't frighten me. She said, just calm down. Don't you just calm down? So she said, take the 2 and just take the 2 and give the other one away. Oh, wait a minute, I'm doing the Royal Variety performance tonight. I could give it to Her Majesty the Queen. I mean, it worked for Sir Walter Raleigh all those years ago with Queen Elizabeth I. I know this is only one, but it's the thought that counts, Your Majesty. And I know it's petty, ma'am. I know it's petty. I apologise, but I can't help it. Its packaging winds me up because we have to pay for it. We don't need it, and then we have to try and recycle it. Can't you do something, ma'am? She said, well, people don't like loose potatoes. I said, of course people don't like loose potatoes. Watching 4 potatoes sitting around discussing the menopause is only marginally more interesting than loose women, and I should know I've appeared on it 3 times. I said, justify it. If you can justify the plus, we'll do it that way. Every bit of packaging you justify, I will pay for. She said, but it protects the potatoes. I said, who is trying to harm our potatoes? Who is it they'll have to get past me first? Where are they? She said, I didn't say anybody was trying to harm them. I said, well, if it's a self-harming potato, you can keep it. I don't want a potato with low self-esteem who's going to start peeling himself every time things get a bit difficult. I don't want to come home to find a suicide note and a pan of mash on the hob. I'm afraid I want a single, stark naked, label-free, cellophane-free, upside-down if need be, self-confident potato that isn't going to get all chippy when I offer to give him a lift home. It didn't work. I had to buy the 2. I'm stuck with it, stuck with a spare potato. So what I thought I would do is be as good as my word, seeing as it's the Jubilee year. I thought I would present you this potato, ma'am, as a token of my appreciation, and I've arranged to have it delivered by your butler. This is my contingency potato, and I send it to you with warm wishes and congratulations on a long and prosperous reign. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rhod Gilbert. Thank you very much. You've been lovely. Cheers. Good night.
One of the most confusing conversations of my life. Strap in for this. This is one of the most confusing 20 seconds of my life. John said, so do you think smoking caused your stroke, Rhod? I went, I don't know really, John. Part of me does, part of me doesn't. I'm 50-50, I suppose. John, what's that going to do with it? Me, sorry? John, what's that going to do with it? Me, what's what going to do with what? John, you're 50-50. Me, I know I am. I just told you that. John, what's that going to do with it? Me, what? John, what's that going to be? What the fuck are you asking me? John, I'm asking you what your eyesight's going to do with it. I was like, it's not my eyesight, it's percentages. 50-50, I'm not talking about my eye, I'm talking percentages. He said, I can't do percentages. We never did percentages. I said, you don't need to be Archimedes for this one, mate, do you? It's the same number on both sides. John, 50% of me thinks my stroke was down to smoking, 50% of me doesn't. John, which do you think it was then? I don't fucking know, John, do I? I'm 50-50, that's what it... All right, you're the boss. It's not about being... Well, he hasn't even said the thing is yet. We haven't even got to the best bit. Oh, we haven't even got... He went, the thing is, Rhod, the thing is, I don't even think cigarettes themselves are that bad for you. I was like, okay, come on then, twatapedia, let's have it. Let's have it. Get ready. Get ready for John's unique insights. John's unique insights into the dangers of cigarettes. This is going to blow your minds, this. If you're not sitting down, sit down. You're going to wish I told you this years ago, right? John, I don't think cigarettes themselves are that bad for you. It's only when you smoke them they're really bad. Well, who knew, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't they put that on the pack? Why doesn't it say that on the pack? I know it says smoking kills, but it doesn't tell you if you don't smoke them, it's a lot better for you. Why don't they tell you these things?
All about how I had a nervous breakdown in Knutsford services on the M6. Up north, over a mince pie a couple of Christmases ago. It wasn't just a mince pie. I didn't just see a mince pie and go mental. A DVD isn't me just kicking the shit out of a mince pie for an hour.
And those of you who saw the show, were you on my side? Were you? Did you sympathise with me? Because the press all blamed me.
All of them slagged me off. The bloody Mail, the Mirror, the Sun, the Guardian, the Daily Telegraph leading the campaign against me, obviously. Who else but the tosspot Tory pricks at the Daily Telegraph? But have we got any Telegraph readers here tonight? Give us a cheer. Give us a wave. Where are you, you toffee-nosed, corduroy-faced twats? There's one. Oh, look at it, look at him. Oh, God. Look at you, revolting Tory specimen. Look at you. God, do you know what they said? It was so patronising what they said. He rants and raves about minor irritations, things the rest of us don't worry about. They said he rants and raves about such minor irritations as buying a duvet. That's what they bloody said. Yes, some of you might have heard me ranting about buying a duvet. It's not a bloody minor irritation, is it? Tell a little... Is a minor irritation to you, Daily Telegraph, because you've got a team of highly trained bedding staff in your Oxfordshire bloody mansion, haven't you? You've probably got an army people to help you with your bedding decisions, because you've got more important things to think about. Look at you sat there with your... You're probably too busy wondering about how to get that ancestral quiff into your new Range Rover most of the time. Careful, Marjorie, careful, don't bend it. Careful, Marjorie, careful. It's been for the family for 400 years. Oh, no. You probably know all about the TOG rating system. The TOGs are probably on the curriculum at Eton, I imagine, were they? The rest of us plebs have never had to deal with bloody TOGs, have we? Tell him. How are we supposed to know what TOG we want? I'd like a duvet, please. What TOG do you want? I've got no pissing idea. Oh, but what season do you want it for? The grouse shooting season, naturally, Daily Telegraph. That's right, the grouse shooting season. Make sure it's got a pocket for shot and a cartridge belt on this duvet, won't you? And do you think I wanted to only go to bed would have exhausted myself eating quince? I was trying to make a general point. I know I was using a trivial example like a duvet, but I was trying to make a general point about how people talk bollocks when you're trying to buy things, don't they? They just... Hello, Edinburgh! Are you well? It's good to be back. This is the best place in the world to do comedy, isn't it? It is, because you love a laugh, don't you? So you love a laugh. So last year I was staying. What's that street? With St Mary's Street. Is that the one off the Royal Mile there? And I had a first floor flat, and so every day I was at the same height as the open top misery tour. I was at exactly, when I used to sit at my window, I was at exactly the same height as the poor, miserable, sodden Japanese tourists. Huddled in the wind and driving rain in their emergency ponchos. Their faces set like stone against the Scottish elements, like little shrink-wrapped gargoyles hanging off the side. They'd open their mouths and water would spew down the side of the bus. And I was sat there, I would just get the odd word of the commentary would waft in on the wind. Have you heard the commentary? It's hilariously miserable. The odd word, the odd ancient grudge would float in on the wind, you know, like 10,000 Scots died, meow. Centuries of oppression, meow. I went on one a few days later, I came off like William Bloody Wallace, so I was like, come on! We can do this. I was going to go shopping in the afternoon and I ended up marching on Cumbria instead. It's nice to be back though. I'm staying here tonight, that's good. Yes, I'm staying. Well, it means I don't have to drive home, because this job is terrible for that. You know, you usually have to drive home late at night. I hate nighttime driving, do you? What are those things they put on when you drive in late at night? Not lights, no. On the radio, those things when you're driving along, you know, they're not adverts, they're like, what do you call them? They're like infomercials, or... Do you know the things I mean when you're driving along and you're tired and it's late? And then the radio says, you're tired, it's late. The monotony of driving is sending you to sleep. You're thinking, you're not really helping here, pal. You know, those things, I hate those. I was driving back to Cardiff once, and have you heard this one? I was about 1:30 in the morning. I was on the M4 there, and this one came on. Have you heard this? It said, fall asleep at the wheel, and you could travel further than you think. You could travel further than you think. In fact, in just 6 seconds, it said a car on the motorway could travel up to 1/8 of a mile. Right? It was 1:30 in the morning when I heard that. I had 110 miles still to go. So I did a few calculations. I set my alarm for 3, you see. I must have slept through it. I woke up driving through Ireland the next morning. I'd been on the car ferry and all sorts. I flew to, we go all over the world with this job. I flew to Australia. Are you Australian?
Yes.
We're up there. Where are you from?
I'm from Brisbane.
From Brisbane. I went to Melbourne. Do you know Melbourne? Can you explain that flight to me?
What, the distance?
Well, I left my house at 12:30 on a Monday. I got to your place Wednesday tea time. What the hell happened to Tuesday? I had stuff to do. And when I left Melbourne, my flight left at 6:30 on a Monday morning. It took exactly 24 hours, but I still got back Monday night. What the hell happened to Tuesday again? What is it with you people on Tuesdays? If I was gonna go back to any decade, I wouldn't choose the 80s. The 70s were the best, weren't they? Give me a cheer, 70s kids? Yeah, the 70s were good, because you do the voice for Lara Croft as well, don't you? See, we didn't have all those computer games in the 70s, we had real games, didn't we? Do you remember the games we used to have in the 70s? Mousetrap, who remembers that? Do you remember Mousetrap, where you wound the crank and it turned the gears and pushed the rod with a stop sign on the end against the boot that kicked the bucket with the metal ball that rolled down the rickety staircase, round the drain pipe, hit the lever with the hand on the top into the tub, it fell through the hole on the end onto the diving board, flicked the diver onto the tub, released the cage on top of the little mouse. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? We didn't have that. Oh, we had Twister as well. Did you like Twister? Did you like it? Oh, you remind me of my Uncle Barry. You liked Twister a bit too much by the look of you, didn't you? Oh, my Uncle Barry was a bit like that. He was a bit too keen, if you know what I mean. Sometimes he wouldn't even wait for the mat. Trying to eat your dinner, he'd be climbing all over you. Do you know what I mean? And we had Guess Who as well. But we had the Welsh version. Did anybody else see the Welsh version of Guess Who? Does she have a moustache? No? Well, it's Bronwyn. Those adverts are all right, aren't they? Might come to Wales ads. Thank you, two of you. They've been very successful, those adverts, I'll have you know, in bringing millions and millions of tourists to Wales. The numbers have gone through the roof. How many of you have been to Wales as a direct result of seeing my advert? Piss off! Why haven't you been? Two of you. Why haven't the rest of you been? Wales is all right. It's not shit anymore. We've done it up. We've had development money. We've done Cardiff Bay. Have you been there? Go there on holiday. It's lovely. We've done it all up. You've got cafes and bars. You've got the sea down there now. It's amazing. Shoot, down where the shit was, that's all sea now, most of it. Cardiff Bay, I was there not long ago. Some of these restaurants, some of them have got tables outside. Al fresco dining in Cardiff. They're having a laugh on me. I tried to have a Twix at a bus stop in Wales a few years ago. It was too wet to eat, to be honest with you. Everybody's pretending it's Madrid. Come on, we'll sit outside. Your soup bowl's filling up faster than you can eat it, for Christ's sake. Stop raining! You never get past your starters after 7 hours of soup and rainwater. You give up. It's true, your gin and tonic's overflowing, the little umbrella's blown inside out. Turn it back into the wind. Turn it back into the wind. As waiters with frosted eyebrows fighting their way to the table. Spaghetti carbonara, spaghetti carbonara. Sure, I'll get another one, I'll get another one. As people throw in life buoys to their bread rolls. I'll pull you in, I'll pull you in. Peas being airlifted to safety.
Hello, Variety, London Palladium, hello! I'm Rhod Gilbert, it's very nice to be here. Hello, I'm from Wales. It's not all glamour, you know. Growing up in Wales is tough. Do you have any Welsh people here? Yes. How old were you when you realised you could take a cagoule off? It's true, I remember one night I dreamt it stopped raining. Never forget that first dry dream, do you, my little friend? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Prince of Wales here tonight. Hello! Hello, hello. We are neighbours. No, it's true, because you've bought a little place down near Carmarthen. In Carmarthen, Llwyn Wernod, it's called. That's where I live. Are you down on the big council estate down there? No, is it your one foot with the caravan on the end? That's you with a flashy satellite dish. Yeah, Astra, Vauxhall Astra, P-Reds, that's you. It's true, it's a nice estate, isn't it? There's a lot of vandalism, though, at the moment. They've done the bus shelter again, have you seen that? Graffitied the bus shelter the 3rd time this month they've done it. Hey, I'm not saying it is your two boys, definitely, right? But, no. People talk, and there's no smoke without fire. Do you know where they were? Do you know where they were last Saturday for sure? Llwyn Wernod, that's where we live. That's a wonderful. Does anybody speak Welsh? Do you? How did you? I've been trying to learn for 2 years because it's it's the most poetic, beautiful, but it's the most difficult language, and I've broken my arm twice. I started a course 2 years ago. 30 people started that course. 1 bloke passed. 1 passed, 3 failed, and 26 dead. 26 people died trying to learn Welsh. There's 1 bloke choked and swallowed his tongue, the poor sod. There's another guy had a nervous breakdown, ran to the front and killed himself in front of everyone. He wasn't even supposed to be doing Welsh, bless him. This is week 6. We found out later he was supposed to be doing assertiveness in the room next door. We didn't even know who he was. We didn't hear a peep out of him for 6 weeks. He's as quiet as a mouse. He wrote a suicide note in Welsh, bless him. He said he was on the wrong course and Welsh was too hard and the teacher was a fascist. Ironically, he got a B for that. He did quite well, bless him. Welsh is difficult. Do you know you speak Welsh, part of the problem is with Welsh is that words change. You just learn a word, don't you? It's called mutations. Have you come across these? Then start a mutation, because in English, words don't change, do they? Once you've got the hang of a word, that's pretty much it for life, as far as I know. Like, what's the English for cat? What is it? Cat, is it? See, once you know that, you're fine, aren't you? Doesn't matter when it's up a tree, on your lap, in front of the fire, cat is always pretty much cat. Not in Welsh, words change, they mutate, depends on the context, on the sentence. And like if you go to Newport, for example, if you go into Newport, if you see it in Welsh on the signs, it's Carsnewydd, isn't it? C-A-S, but then you are laughing because sometimes it's Garsnewydd. The C changes to a G, doesn't it? Sometimes the C changes to N-G-H, so it's Arsnewydd, isn't it? It's true, they tried to teach us that on this course. Right after 3 days, there was a stalemate in the classroom. The teachers are on one side behind the piano, and we were dug in behind the audio-visual equipment. 3 days we held them off, we held our ground. And day 4, we all came out and had a game of table football in no man's land. And day 5, they rushed us. They came over the top of the piano, screaming and shouting and waving their grammar books. We didn't stand a chance. There was bodies everywhere. Couldn't see for chalk dust. There was bits of dictionary floating down. I lost my best mate that day. A guy called Tom, learning Welsh, bless him, he died in my arms. Trying to learn these mutations, you know. He said, his last words, he said, will you give a message to my wife, Rhod? I said, of course I will, anything. He said, will you tell Maura I love her? I said, surely you mean tell Fora I love her. He said, doesn't L go to M? I said, not if it's a present tense and it's a transitive verb. Something in the last sentence is the same as the next one. He said, look, this for a fork and died. You know? You're in the Royal Navy as well, I understand. A big cheese. Big cheese, because I always wanted to join the Navy when I was growing up in Wales. I just wanted to go somewhere drier, to be honest. Thought I'd start with the sea. But then those adverts put you off, you know the ones I mean. The police do them, the Navy, everybody's doing those very challenging, confrontational adverts, aren't they? Be the best. Could you do this? Could you do that? Put yourself in this awful situation. I'm not sure if they want you to join or not. You know, I remember the one that put me off. It was very challenging. I think they were looking for a chef. Do you remember this one, Your Royal Highness? It started off it said, can you fry an egg? Do you remember that on the ride? I remember the first time I ever heard that advert and I thought, no. No, I can't. Maybe the Navy's not for me. And then it said, could you fry an egg on a boat? I thought, no. Then it said, could you fry an egg on a boat in a storm? I thought, no. To be honest, you're not making this any easier. If anything, it's getting more difficult to fry this egg of yours. Maybe you're talking to the wrong person altogether. Maybe you're looking for somebody who said yes to the first question. I don't know. Anyway, mad. Do you remember it said, could you fry 200 eggs for 200 hungry sailors on a boat in a storm on the high sea while you're being bombed by the enemy? I thought, no. I still can't fry an egg, mate. I still can't do it. Then it hit me. A thought occurred to me. I thought I could probably do scrambled eggs. They practically made themselves by now, haven't they? Is anybody going to mind? Would you mind if I brought out scrambled eggs instead of fried eggs? It's only a small change to the menu, isn't it? There's a battle going on out there. Come to think of it, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about dinner at all. Maybe a few of us should try and fend off the enemy first. If there's any survivors, we can get a takeaway later if it's that important. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a delight to come to the Palladium and play to you. I'm Rhod Gilbert. Thank you very, very much.
No, you're not. You're shit. But then, I'll give you an example of something that was shit, but I fell in love with it, right? Just to prove to you that I like shit things. It was a place, I only ever went in there once. It was a cafe, right? It was like a Little Chef. Roadside thing, but it wasn't a Little Chef. And when I walked in, I'd never seen one of these places before. It was a place called Red Hen. Right? See, hardly anyone from that response knows it. I'd never seen one when I went in there, and I've never seen one since. Has anyone else heard of Red Hen? Have you? It was about 20 years ago that they existed. Has anyone ever been in one? See, look at that, 4,000 people, there's about two. Two of you. Where was the one you went in? Swindon! I think that's the one I went in, on the M4 somewhere. How would you describe it? Shit. Right, yes, shit, yes. Yes, I give you that, yes, shit. I probably set you up for that one a little bit too much. But see, no, shit, no. Shit is not good enough for Red Hen. Shit is the biggest, you're flattering Red Hen to call it shit. It's the understatement of the century. Calling Red Hen is shit is like calling Hitler a scab, frankly. It wasn't shit, it was, because a shit place you could walk in or walk out. Can't you? If a restaurant's shit, you walk in, you go, oh, this is a bit shit. Should we go somewhere else? Yes. Let's go. You couldn't walk out of a Red Hen. You were physically incapable.
You were paralysed. It was hypnotic, spellbinding, mesmerisingly shit is what it was. You couldn't walk out. You were incapable. All your bodily functions were stripped from you. You walked through the door, you just went, shitting hell! Christ! Everything you touched was stinking. Every single fibre of the carpet was congealed with the anemic corpses of slipped-in chip and peas. It was post-apocalyptic, lunchtime at Blade Runner, Ridley Scott. The walls were grouted with fat. You needed marigolds to pick the menus up. I've never seen that much food in a restaurant behind the counter, never mind on the floor. It was where food went to die. I got to my table, all the way to my table, I was limping. I had no idea why, like that, I was limping all the way until I got to my seat and I realised there was an entire gammon steak stuck to my shoe. An entire built-up gammon shoe that made me an inch taller on one side that I was like, what the fuck is that? Get up. When I got rid of it, there was an intact pineapple ring on the top of it. But I fell in love with it. I totally fell head over. I've never been so proud to be British because they didn't give a shit. Because by the till in this disgusting, filth-ridden, toxic shithole, proudly by the till, there was a visitor's signing book. And every single page, you could go back months, every page was ritualized abuse. Just shit. Awful. People had stabbed through the page in anger and just ripped into the book. Disgusting. Fuck off. Somebody had written fuck off across 2 pages of a visitor's book in a cafe. Fuck on one side, off on the other, underlined with 2 exclamation marks. How bad is a place got to be for you to write fuck off? This is by the till. They haven't eaten yet. Haven't even eaten yet. All they've done so far is queued up with their tray. Put their stuff on the tray and then got to the little woman on the end and gone, fuck off! Do you know, every now and again in life you wish you'd done something because only one person had written any more than fuck off in that book. You could go back months. There was one genius. It said, congratulations. And then down the bottom it said, ... 1,000 times worse than anything. I asked somebody this is part of the show. I asked somebody last week, how would you describe it? They didn't say shit. What they said was inspired. I do not claim it as my own. I said, this is off the top of his head. I said, how would you describe it? He said, like Wimpy with herpes. How would you do that? But they didn't give enough of a shit. They didn't. If it was you, seriously, would you at least take the book away? Maybe even rip a page out occasionally. Just 1 page out of 50 of abuse. Even, very minimum, just cross out fuck off. 14 times he didn't turn up when he promised he would, right? 14 times, incidentally, where I sat on my ass watching shit daytime television. No offence, Tommy, right? But I sat on my ass twiddling my thumbs watching shit daytime television. Presumably he did exactly the same thing round at his house. But then he finally came, right? And this is, have you ever seen anything this incompetent, right? Because I'm 43, and I've I've travelled the world, I've seen a thing or two, but I have never seen anything this shit. I've never seen anything this incompetent in any area of life, right? Because he came, this electrician came, and he fitted what do you call, double plug sockets. He fitted 15 of those, right? 15 of them, all around the lounge in the dining room. 13 of them, Tommy, are awesome. Awesome, some of the finest plug sockets you'll ever see in your life. Beautiful pieces of work. 2 of them, however, are upside pissing down, right? How is that even possible? How have you ever seen that? I've never seen an upside down plug. Literally, the switch is at the top, you push it in. And half the light switches are on the wrong way round as well, right? But I thought I can live with that. I was going to complain about that until I saw the plug sockets. I'll leave it go, right? Because it's not the end of the world. Some of them are on when they're up, some of them are on when they're down, or whatever. It's a bit inconvenient, but they all still work until you come to change a light bulb, and then it's Russian roulette, frankly, right? I let it go. I let the light switches go. We've all seen that before, right? But I'd never seen upside-down sockets, so I rang him, right? And the conversation I had with my electrician is in my anger management diary, right? This is the conversation with my electrician because he's put 2 plug sockets upside down in our lounge. I rang him, right? This is the electrician. I rang him. I said, oh, this is a bit awkward, but you seem to have fitted 2 of the plug sockets upside down. Do you know what he said, Tommy? Are you sure? I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, let me just check. Oh, hang on, my girlfriend's just come in. Her head seems to be roughly the same height as mine. Her eyes are above her mouth, and when we drop things, they fall towards our feet. We seem to be the right way up, mate. This is a genuine question from my electrician, Tommy. A genuine question. Would you prefer them all the same way up, would you? I think I would. I'm sorry, I'm old school. What can I say? I can't help it. And he's always on the front foot. He's one of those people, he'll never take a criticism, this guy, right? Because he's like, what do you want me to do about it? He's on the phone, what do you expect me to do about it? I said, well, it seems to me you've got 2 choices, right? One involves you popping back to the house and turning the 2 sockets round, right? And the other one involves you trying to persuade the entire world to start living upside down, doesn't it? I should point out, if you do decide to go down that second route, it could actually involve a lot more work for you in the long run, right? Because once you've travelled the world spreading the topsy-turvy gospel according to St. Pissing Nutjob the Inverted, right? You'll have to bounce back here on your head and redo the 13 sockets you put on the right way down in the first place. A few years ago, I was having a bath, right? I've had one since. I was having a bath, right? On the side of the bath, there was 2 bottles of Imperial Leather shower gel, right? They were different. One of them was called Invigorate, right? One of them was called Relax, and there were different colour bottles and different colour stuff inside them. But I was just lying in the bath, and I can remember thinking, I bet that's the same shit in those bottles. You know that feeling? I was just lying there thinking, oh, I suspect I may have been conned into buying 2 bottles of the same stuff through their clever marketing. I'm sure many of you here have had that kind of low-level irritation, and then you got on with your lives, whereas I spent 2.5 hours writing to Imperial Leather. Why 2.5 hours? Because it's not enough for me to just go, hey, Imperial Leather, you bastards! I bet that's the same shit in those bottles. Send. That would take 10 seconds. That wouldn't be so bad. No, I have to make my point in a kind of sarcastic. The word clever dick isn't used very often these days, but I would describe my letters and emails that I sent to companies as clever dick. I was trying to make my point in a sarcastic, clever dick manner. I will read you a reply that I got from Imperial Leather. Right, my girlfriend used to go bonkers about this. She'd come in the room, she'd go, who are you writing to now? I'd be like, Imperial Leather, get out, it's important. Right? She'd be like, it's just shower gel, Rhod. I'd be like, shut the door, it's bloody important, shut up. 2.5 hours writing because I used to make shit up. Lie, whatever it was to make my point, just to score a petty little victory. And I will read you the reply I got from Imperial Leather. It'll give you some idea of the lengths I used to go to. Dear Mr. Gilbert, thank you for your email. I am sorry to hear that our shower gels did not meet your expectations. However, given the unusual nature of your experiences, I thought I would clarify a few matters relating to our products. It is true that we market our shower gels differently. Our Invigorate shower gel is certainly intended for morning use. Its citrus notes and bright pack help you wake up and start the day. Conversely, our Relax shower gel with dark blue pack and lavender scent fits a soothing end-of-day soak in the tub. In your email, you say you accidentally got these 2 products mixed up. It's as pathetic as it is amusing, you have to admit. In your email, you say you accidentally got these 2 products mixed up and used them at the wrong times of day. I would like to reassure you that using Invigorate shower gel in the evening would not keep you up all night in the manner you describe. Don't clap it, it's tragic. Nor would it induce the violent side effects you say you suffer. Just making shit up just to make a pathetic point. Similarly, mistakenly using our Relax shower gel in the morning would not leave you feeling groggy all day. I am sorry you feel your wedding day was a write-off, but... and I sympathise with the intimate performance issues you experienced on such an important occasion. But it is simply not plausible that our shower gels were responsible. The embarrassing is that I'm willing, the lengths I'll go to, I'll even put down there that I had premature ejaculation just to try and pin it on a shower gel. Moving on, please accept our sincere condolences. The death of a grandparent is an emotional time. And for this to happen on Christmas Day must be especially difficult. However, I believe you expected too much of our comforting bath foam. I enjoy this paragraph. This is my favourite listen, imagine, we certainly believe it can enhance a relaxing bathing experience, but we would not expect it to offer real emotional support at such a time. No shit, mate. Or lessen your or your grandmother's sense of bereavement. I had literally put in an email that my grandfather had died, and that night we had given my grandmother a bath with comforting bath foam in it, and it hadn't raised her spirits at all. P.S. Lynx is not made by us. Lynx is not made by us, and you should contact the manufacturer directly if you feel so inclined. However, since you ask my personal opinion, I think it highly unlikely that Lynx will accept direct responsibility for your grandfather's death. Lynx voodoo draws on the exoticism and mystery of the exoticism and mystery of the cult of voodoo in its marketing, but as far as I'm aware, does not claim to harness the cult's alleged powers. I would suggest that your grandfather's untimely passing and your using voodoo at the gym were entirely unrelated. If it hadn't been for my agent, I don't know what I'd have done. Do you know what she said? She said, I'm sending you on an anger management course. I said, no, you are bloody not. She said, put it this way, you either go on an anger management course or you look for a new agent. I said, please don't sack me. You can't, please, I've lost everyone, I'm begging. If you go, I've got nobody. You're the only one who's stuck by me this whole time, please. I said, I'm on my knees, I'm begging you, please, don't sack me. And then I remembered that I employ her. I said, I'll sack you if anyone's going to sack anyone. I do the hiring and firing round here. You want to watch what you're bloody saying? I pay your wages, you I'll fire you like that. Couldn't give a shit. And I won't bore you with the tears and negotiations that followed, but there was 12 of us on that course. Doesn't matter who won or lost. It's academic. 12 of us, 11 losers and me. So she went out in Cardiff on the pop drinking while I stayed in on my own. I went to Tesco Metros on my own to get my own bloody dinner. It's in here. I'll tell you what happened, right? You will see that it is something and bloody nothing, right? This is, where were you? Location, Tesco Metros, Cardiff. What would you say was the main cause of your stress or feelings of anger? A baked potato. What action did you take to combat the stress or feelings of anger? I called the manager. How was the situation resolved? I was asked to put the courgette down and leave the supermarket. I know
by the way. All of this show is me looking back at what an idiot I used to be. I'm with you. I know you're going to say this is petty. I know this is an example coming up of me being extraordinarily petty. I know that, so don't bother bloody heckling me, right? I realise that. All of this show is me looking back at what I used to be like. Give a brief description of the incident, including details of any relevant conversations that took place. This is me. Excuse me, I'd just like one jacket potato, please. Right. The manager, I'm sorry, sir, they come in packs of 2. Me, no they don't. You did that. I know. I realise. See, this is the thing. I know this is petty, right? The manager's like, what do you mean? I said, this isn't Noah's vegetable rack, right? Potatoes come in ones. It's 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. Not 2 potato, 4 potato, 6 potato, pissing 8. She said, yeah, but there's 2 in the pack. I said, I can see that and just totted them up on my new toothbrush. Right, but the thing is, I don't actually need to because there's only me in the house. My bloody selfish girlfriend's gone out on the piss and I'm having a jacket potato for dinner and I'm pretty confident that I can nail it first time, right? So I don't need a spare. I don't need a contingency potato in case it all goes wrong. So just take one out and I'll be on my way. She said, we can't do that. We don't sell them singly. Perhaps you could take the 2 and have the other one another time. I said, I know, I would normally, I'd love to, but the thing is I'm going away at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and I don't really want it for breakfast, right? She said, couldn't you take it with you? You want me to take a jacket potato on a romantic break? I just tell my girlfriend she can't come because I'm taking a baked potato with me. She said, oh, I didn't say instead of your girlfriend. I said, well, you want the 3 of us to go together, is that it? It's even bloody weirder, isn't it? What am I going to... It's a romantic... What am I going to say to my girlfriend? Come on, love, you have to admit things have been a bit lackluster in the bedroom recently. I hope you don't mind, but I've brought this along. Bend over and say hello to King Edward. Take him back and change him for a Maris Piper if he doesn't fit. I didn't know it was a romantic break. What does it matter what sort of break it is? Even if it was a business trip, I probably wouldn't take a potato to America with me. That's where potatoes came from in the first place, for one thing. What am I going to tell their customs officers, that I'm bringing their potatoes back one by one? Is that it? Don't worry, officer, they didn't get far, and this one's the ringleader. Come on, you! Shut your ass! This is where I apparently could have been arrested, because I said, give it to you, I'll split the pack. Give it to you, and I'll bloody break the pack open. She's like, you do that, you could be arrested. I was like, charged with what? Separating potatoes. Oh, I'll be out in 6 months with a good lawyer. You don't frighten me. This is very good. Oh, look, calm down, can't you just give it away? I was like, actually, of course I can. What am I thinking? It's my niece's birthday on Sunday. You know, I hadn't thought to get her a potato this year. She was so disappointed with last year's onion that I didn't take her a vegetable. And of course, if I do get this, the cheese and beans I got her for Christmas might actually make some sense. She has been wondering. I didn't mean as a present, just give it away. I said, well, you want me to stand here in the fruit and veg aisle till some other sad loser comes in looking for one jacket potato and then beg him to go halves on a pack of 2 with me, is that it? Not doing that again. I was here till 4:30 this morning with a triple pack of peppers, in case you've forgotten. You try getting shot of a yellow one in the middle of the night. It's full of bloody idiots in here. This is, and I know this is petty, right? And I've said to you tonight that sometimes I know why I'm annoyed, sometimes I've got no idea, sometimes I've got an inkling. With this one, I know why it is. It's great, I know why it is. It's because it's pissing packaging. Packaging winds me up because we don't need it. We don't need any of the shit they put all this stuff in. We have to pay for it, it goes on our bill, and then we can't get rid of the stuff for 500 billion years because it won't piss and decompose. But they blame us. They blame us. She started blaming us. She said, well, it's our customers. Our customer feedback. We've done focus groups that shows customers want potatoes packaged like this. So are you seriously telling me you've done focus groups where people sit around going, do you know how I'd like my potatoes, Tesco's? I don't know if you could manage this, but I'd like them in a pair. Obviously, I'd like them on a styrofoam tray. I'm not an idiot. I'd like them a label on each potato saying potato, and then I'd like the whole thing wrapped up in cellophane, and then another label on the outside reminding me that there's 2 potatoes inside the cellophane on top of the styrofoam tray. Because you know what's always happening to me, and I am sick of this, and I can't be alone here. There must be other people who get home after a hard day's work. You're just about to have jacket potato for dinner, and then there's not enough labels on it, and you go and put the last of your tuna mayonnaise all over a pissing melon. Because I am sick of that happening to me. Time and time again, they're all over that. Listen, people don't like loose potatoes. Of course people don't like loose potatoes. Watching 4 potatoes sitting around discussing the menopause is only marginally more interesting than the bloody human programme, and I should know I've appeared on it 3 times. I said justify it. If you can justify it, I will happily pay for the packaging. Justify it, and I will pay for it, right? But if you can't, then we'll take it off. She said, the cellophane stops them rolling off the tray. I said, well, that would be awesome if we needed the tray. You can't justify the cellophane by saying it holds them on to something else we don't need. Otherwise, why not just gaffer tape them to a horse's head? And then bang on about how essential the gaffer tape is to stop them rolling off the horse. Because I don't need a styrofoam tray any more than I need a potato horse ponnet, you dickhead. But it keeps them upright. Oh, people will bring it back upside down potatoes. I imagine the shop was rammed with people going, hey, look at this Tesco. It was the right way up when I bought it. What the hell am I going to do with that now? Oh, it protects the potato from who is trying to harm our potatoes? Who is it? What do you know that we don't? Has the Harold Chipman escaped? Is it the Yorkshire Chipper? The Boston Masher? She said, I didn't say anybody was trying to harm them. I said, well, if it's a self-harming potato, you can bloody keep it. I do not want a potato with low self-esteem who's going to start peeling himself every time things get a little bit difficult. I don't want to come home to find a pan of mash and a suicide note on the hob there. Is that why there's 2 of them in there? Is there for moral support? So one of them can talk his mate down from the edge of the pan? I meant it protects them in transit. In transit, they live underground, man. They came from America originally, thousands of miles in the freezing hold of a ship. This is 5 minutes in a 4-door saloon with heated seats and a pissing CD player. I'll recline the seats for the fussy little bastards, if you like. We could stop for a coffee en route. I know Courgette wants to stretch his legs. I'll have to ask you to put that courgette down. I said, I will. It's back to front anyway. You can bloody keep it. But unless you get rid of all this packaging and knock the price of it off my bill, I will put this courgette down up your ass. I'm afraid I like my potatoes like I like my women. Single and stark bollock naked. That's how I like them. Something and nothing. I told you it was something and nothing. Storm in a teacup. She said, there wouldn't have been anything else. I said, yeah, give me half a grapefruit, would you? I told you it was a storm in a teacup, something. Well, I was never going to be arrested for separating, but I had to buy the 2 anyway. Some audience, Esther Ranson is here. Where are you, Esther? Look at that, Esther. We have Olympians, ladies and gentlemen. We have our Olympians. Who else? Tommy Walsh is there. Look at that. Lembit Opik is here. Look at. Of course he bloody is. I'm not going to pick on you. I'm not. Somebody laughed at that idea. I'm not going to pick on anyone. I'm a reformed character, ladies and gentlemen. I stand in front of you. This is the new me. I used to be quite a petty, angry person. You may have seen me on television ranting and raving on the odd occasion. I am not anymore because I have had, I've had anger management. I've had anger management, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the actual anger management diary that I had from when I was doing my anger management sessions. And I'm not going to embarrass anyone. I'm not going to ask anyone if you've had anger management or if you've ever seen an anger management diary. Basically what it is every time you get angry, you write it down in this diary. It's a sort of bit like a normal diary, except every day somebody gets twatted, right? The only thing I can guarantee you, somebody gets the shit kicked out of them every day of my diary. It's a sort of cross between Bridget Jones's diary and Mel Gibson's, if you can imagine.
I'd love to be as chilled out as the Dalai Lama. We all would, wouldn't we? I'd love to be as relaxed as he is, but he's a Buddhist monk, isn't he? It's all right for him. He's got all his clothes are orange, aren't they? Right? And putting a wash on for him is probably a piece of I imagine, isn't it? Well, he doesn't have to sort his clothes into different piles for 3 bloody years. He's probably only got one setting on his washing machine, the Dalai Lama. Orange robes, bosh, off you go. There we are. What's the worst that can happen for him? Some of his orange robes get in with his other orange robes and the colour runs and all his robes come out orange. Big deal. I could live with that kind of stress. We all could. He doesn't have to put up with all those bloody settings, does he? Are they wool? Are they delicates? Are they silk? Are they cotton? Are they colour-fast cotton? Are they non-colour-fast cotton? Wool, delicate, acrylic, silk, polyester mix? I don't know. I didn't make the bloody clothes. I never said I had a 2-1 from Oxford in textile engineering. I said I've got a number 2 staying in my boxes that'll take a bit of clearing. That's what Just get on with it. Wash the clothes. You're a washing machine. Just wash them. Stop asking me stupid questions that I know nothing about. How do I know whether it's better to spin a pair of pants 1,200 times a minute or 1,400 times a minute? Even if I was a pair of pants, I probably wouldn't give a toss. Stupid questions. Like, should I wash them now or delay the start? Good question. You're right, I only came down early to beat the crowds. Is that what you're thinking? Ask me useful questions. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if you asked me useful, like, you're just about to press start and he said, hang on, have you left a tenner in your jeans? That would be useful. That would be all well and good, but he doesn't ask you like that. He asks you things like, do you want to leave your clothes in water? God, have you got anybody, do you even know if you've got a rinse hole button? Anyone got a rinse hole? Because that's what it does. That's what that wonderful innovation does. It leaves your clothes in water. So you can watch them in there when he's finished with you. Well, why not? If there's nothing on TV, pull up a chair, crack open a bottle of wine, get the girls round, stick the machine on rinse hold. That's the new going out, isn't it? Who needs dancing on ice when you've got clothes in water here on your doorstep? Do you want to buy a fish tank? No thanks, I've got it all here. Look, kids, there goes a sock. Most pointless innovation in the history of bloody... All these pointless buttons that don't... pre-wash, that's another one, isn't it? Do you want to pre-wash the clothes? Yeah, don't wash them without giving them a quick wash first. Don't make that mistake. That probably makes no difference today. Have you ever found yourself looking at your clothes thinking, hang on, darling, I think the pre-wash is broken. I've got a feeling these clothes have just been washed. They certainly don't look like they've been pre-washed and then washed. What are we going to do? Should we put them on a post-wash? Should we try them again on another pre-wash and then try and take them out before the real wash starts? Well, good luck with that. Good luck with getting that door open before that little is ready to give your clothes back. It's like trying to get a frisbee off a Rottweiler, isn't it? Give me my clothes back, you little sod. I need my clothes. Give me my clothes back. I can't go out naked again. I live in a neighbourhood watch area. There's a school on the end of my street. I'm on a final warning. When you clicked, you little bastard, you clicked. Don't look at me like that. You know you clicked. That click drives me bonkers. I have to pretend I'm not interested. Does anybody else do that? Try and lull him into a false sense of security. Make him think he can have the clothes. You have them. I'll go out naked. I'll avoid the school. Don't you worry. I'll take my chances. I certainly won't be back for a couple of days. And then run back in and try and catch him off guard, haven't you? You have to sneak along the wall. I've had to lower myself down from the ceiling on a wire. I was reading about you. I don't know if this is true because I Wikipedia jobbed it. Didn't you used to work in the canteen in Red Hen railway station?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Really? What were you doing?
Washing pots, big pots.
Washing pots?
Yeah.
I bet they didn't call it that though, did they? They never do on the trains. They never call a spade a spade. They're full of shit on the trains. I imagine you were a fairy liquid consultant or something, were you? A soap sud distributor or a crockery hygiene specialist. This is my current favourite on the trains, is when they go, ladies and gentlemen, the buffet car is now open. Serving a selection of hot and cold snacks, teas, coffees, biscuits, crisps. And then I'm thinking, please say it. And then they go, on board today we have our travelling chef. Piss off. Travelling chef now, is he? That's awesome. That's the biggest piece of travelling. Old Toasty Jeff. Fair play. Toasty Jeff is now a travelling chef there. Have a look in his kitchen. right? Because you're thinking, oh, he's not a travel. Look at his kitchen. Because normally you don't get access to the world's top chef's kitchens. You can on the trains. Just stick your head on the counter like that. You can see straight in. Consists entirely of a microwave and a pair of tongs. That's all he's got in there. He's not a travelling chef. I've got a plastic spoon and a tracker bar in my coat pocket. I'm not Marco Pierre White, right? Who's that? Who's that with the sandwich trolley, darling? I think it's Heston Blumenthal. This is supposed to be a relaxing day out for me, because I'm stressed, and my girlfriend made us queue up for an hour to fill the car up with petrol, in case we got snowed in. What if we get snowed in, Rod? We better fill the car up with petrol. Good idea. Good idea. The next time we get locked out, we'll fit that carpet we've been meaning to do for so long. Because that's the logic, isn't it? Yes. Oh, come on, Rod. Don't be so grumpy. Don't be so grumpy. Come on. Let's just get a few bits and pieces while we're out, Rod. We might as well fill the car up and get a few bits and pieces. The shops could be empty tomorrow, Rod. People are panic buying. It was on the news, Rod. I said, no, they're not. Nobody is panic buying. People are stocking up a bit. They're not panic buying. That's just a stupid phrase they use on the news to make us all buy more and spend more bloody money. Nobody is panic buying. And she said, there you go again, biting my head off. I wish you wouldn't snap at me, rather. And I said, I'm not biting your head off. I am just trying to tell you as calmly as I can that at times of genuine panic, people do not go shopping. I suppose you think as the Titanic went down, the gift shop was heaving back there, do you? Is that what you... No, I bet it was. You're probably right. I bet it was rammed. I bet you could... As the freezing waters rose, I bet you couldn't move for people trying on Titanic hats and T-shirts. Have you got any dry fags out the back, mate? These are water damaged, these. Look at this, Terry. Look at this, Terry. There's 50% off this fleece. Well, get it if you like it, love. Could be chilly on that iceberg. The forecast is frost. No wonder there's no room on the lifeboats. They were full of pissing souvenirs, weren't they? But take my child, piss off, he's sat on my Toblerone, get him out of here. Look at that, that's bloody ruined, that is. Man overboard and he's got my snow globe, look at that. Panic buying, if it exists in any form, is looting, isn't it? That's what it is. You see it on the news, don't you? People ram raiding and then running off with TVs. That is panic buying, isn't it? Not some old dear buying 3 loaves of bread and then freezing 2 when she gets in. It's panic freezing, if anything. I wasn't biting her head off. I was trying to explain this. We had this big ding-dong bloody argument in Queen Street. It's the main street in Cardiff. And I was trying to prove to her, at times of genuine panic, you don't go shopping, right? In times of real, proper, serious panic, you lose control of your bodily functions for a start. Don't you? All of them go. That's what happens. It's not funny. This is science. Shut up. It goes back to fight or flight. Fight or flight response when you saw a predator. That's real panic. And you didn't go shopping. You pop your pants. It's involuntary. That's panic response. Right? And you lose control of your erectile inhibitor. Why do you get an erection? Have you ever been shopping with your pants full of shit and a hard-on? I'll tell you why you poo your pants. It's science. So that you are lighter and faster. To make good your escape. This isn't funny. This is true science. Somebody back me up. It's true, isn't it? And you get the erection, of course. I don't know why you... Well, that doesn't help you run away, does it? It's going to slow you down, if anything, a bloody erection. Have you ever tried running with an erection? It does slow you down a lot, doesn't it? And it plays havoc in the relay. We've all seen that. Does anybody know why you get the erection in that situation? Point which way to go. Pole vaulting offence, aerodynamics. All the scientists are out in force tonight. Why, pole vaulting offence? It is not pole vaulting. Oh, that's all well and dandy if you're being chased by a mammoth and there's a 4-inch fence in front of you. Then wonderful. No, I mean, no. I meant, no, with the pole vault, there's a dip in the ground. Isn't there? That's why I said 4 inch. I don't mean I've got a 4-inch penis. I mean, there's a dip in there with the pole vault. There's always a dip, isn't there? The pole goes into probably about 12 inches down, and you don't just... 12 inches, I was thinking, well, that's what I was working with. That's what I was thinking, 12 point which way to go. Yes, that's right, it's an early sat-nav. Well done. That's what it is. Which way now, penis? Which way? This saber-toothed tiger is catching me. Which way? Which way, trusty penis? Trusty, come on, penis, he's on our back. Come on, penis, quick. I need some information. Which way? Oh. Up a tree, you say? That might not be such a bad idea. Although it is always up a tree with you, isn't it, I've noticed? Whenever we get ourselves in any trouble and you point the way, it's always up a bloody tree. Even that time we were being chased by that giraffe, it wasn't much use. It's always up a bloody tree, isn't it? And slightly left. Yeah, you see what you've done now? You've made me admit that I've got a 4-inch penis that goes to the left. I didn't come here to do that. Oh, dear. Do you know what? What was the aerodynamic? Who said aerodynamics? It's not what? It's not Concorde, mate. What do you mean? You think it speeds you up by breaking the wind resistance, ploughing a furrow? Is that what you think it doesn't do? Otherwise, you'd have top sprint. You'd have Usain Bolt to be on your marks, get set, hang on. Ready? And they wouldn't be lunging. That's aerodynamics. They lunge for the line like that. I see them like this all. Ew. Nobody ever wins by a helmet. It's not aerodynamics or pole vaulting or thing. I think it's to deter the predator. That's what I think. I think you get the erection in that situation to deter the thing that is chasing you. A predator is, after all, usually, I suppose, going to eat you. Would you put an erect penis in your mouth, madam? No idea. I buy this stuff. I tried to buy bedding not so long ago. Has anybody done that? No! Where does bedding come from? You just accumulate bedding, don't you? All your bloody... Has anybody here tried to buy a duvet? Have you? How did you get on?
Not too well.
Not too well. Did you come up against the old TOG rating system? It's like the Spanish Inquisition in there, isn't it? I went into Debenhams. I said, I'd like a duvet, please. She said, what TOG do you want? I said, what? She said, what TOG? I said, what? She said, what TOG? I said, what? I said, I can hear you. I just don't know what the hell you're talking about. What is a TOG? I went to school. We did metric. We did feet and inches. Nobody ever mentioned TOGs. What the bloody hell is a TOG? She said, it's the thickness of the duvet. I said, all right, I'll have 1 million. I was thinking of torches again, right? She said, you can have 8, 10.5, 12. I said, 0.5? 0.5 of a TOG? Now you're giving me 0.5. I don't know what a TOG is. How am I supposed to know if I want 0.5 of a TOG? She said, well, when are you going to be used there? I said, at night. Why do you think I'm going to be used there? I said, duvets. Then when do people normally use duvets? I think I only go to bed at Friday lunchtimes or in the ad breaks or when Jupiter aligns with Mars. It's a duvet. She said, but will you be using it 52 weeks of the year? I thought, no, I'm going to sell it to cash converters and buy it back every now and again. That seems to make a lot of sense. She said, if you're buying it at this time of year, get a 12.5. I said, what do you mean if? What do you mean if I'm buying it at this time of year? I'm here, aren't I? What other time of year can I be buying it? I said, you're here, I'm here. This is the sale. This isn't a dry run. This is Debenhams, not the Italian job. I'm not casing the bloody joint. Let's do it now. Oh, it's not even finished. I'm not even halfway through. She said, well, how much do you want to spend? I said, if you're selling it now, about £30. She said, oh, you'll have to have feather. Oh, you'll have to have feather for that. Oh, you'll have to have a feather one for that price. I said, that's all right, I'll have a feather one. That sounds all right. Oh, no, they get a bit prickly. Oh, do you have this? They get a bit prickly, the feather ones. It's the quill bits, you see, the quill bits, they get a bit prickly. I thought, well, what the hell are you doing filling a duvet with prickly quill bits? I can't think of anything worse to fill a duvet with than something prickly, unless you got them out the back full of stabby things or burny stuff. I said, I just want a nice, soft, comfortable duvet. Is this too much to ask? Just give me a nice, soft, comfortable duvet. She said, well, get down then. I hit the deck like my nerves had gone. She said, get up. I said, you said get down. She said, I meant get down instead of feather, you bloody idiot. Get down instead of feather. I said, all right, I will have down. At last we're getting somewhere. I will have down. Give me, she said, do you want duck or goose? I said, I'm going to punch you in a minute. Down you in a minute. I don't care if it's duck or goose. I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to sleep under the bloody thing. All right, duck. She didn't. I punched her. She went down. I said duck. I told you duck. She said, I thought you meant duck instead of goose. I thought you meant. I said, no, you started that shit. I couldn't care less whether it's duck or goose. She said, but goose is much more comfortable than duck, sir. Goose is much more comfortable than duck. I thought, is it? Is it really that much more comfortable? How much more comfortable than duck and goose be? Have you ever seen a particularly uncomfortable duck, madam? Because I haven't. Have you ever had a duck waddle up to you going, it's all right for them geese, this is bloody killing me, this. Hobby area, you've got to get past all that random pile of crap they sell. Everything's 2 for a tenner. I couldn't help myself. I'm a sucker for a bargain. And he stopped for a shit. I come out with a 2-man tent, director's chair, and a torch with the power of 1,000,000 candles. Oh, you've seen them, have you? The torch with it bloody winds me up. It bloody winds me up. The torch with the power of 1,000,000 for $3.99. 1,000,000 candles for $3.99. That's going to spell the end of the single candle. Don't expect to see them for long. Who's going to buy a single candle when you can get 1,000,000 for $3.99? Tesco's do candles in packs of 5 for $1.99. It's a saving of nearly 400 grand you're getting there. Well, it's not much, but every little helps. I've got no idea how bright that is. Why don't people talk to you in a language you can understand? Give me a frame of reference I can understand instead of... I don't know, I don't think in candles, do you? I've got 100,000's got to be enough for any domestic situation. God, have you ever been down the cellar with 900,000 candles? God, this is bloody hopeless. I can't see a thing down here. Mother, throw me down another 100,000, would you? They're in the second drawer down, I think. Let's get a bit of bloody light down here before I do myself an injury. I've only ever seen 26 candles lit at any one time. It was my granddad's 90th. He was mental by then. He did have 90, but I got it a bit late, and blowing out the first 64 killed him, unfortunately. I said to the guy in the shop, I said, when am I ever going to need this? Realistically, when am I ever going to need a torch with the power of 1,000,000 bloody... He didn't know, but he starts giving me the hard sell. It's for a really dark place, mate. Oh, imagine you lost something in a really dark place. It could be really useful. I thought, how dark are we talking? He said, what's the darkest place you can think of? I don't know, inside a shoe? He said, well, there you go. I said, there you go. I've never lost anything in my shoes. I only keep my feet in there and I've never lost them. He said, I bet you keep your keys in your shoes when you play sport. I said, I suppose I do from time to time, but I've never lost them either. I just finished playing sport, tip the shoe up and out the keys come. He said, well, you could say goodbye to doing that if you buy this torch. The closest we came to splitting up was Christmas. And if any of you saw me on TV on Christmas Day, if you saw me on TV on Christmas Day, you may have some inkling as to why we almost split up on Christmas Day. That is because my girlfriend got me the shittest Christmas present I have ever been given in 40-odd years on this planet, which was the Oral-B Triumph 5000 toothbrush with wireless smart guide. Right now, if you did see this on television at Christmas, right, it was heavily edited. And they missed out a lot of stuff. They edited out a lot of important stuff. I'm going to give you the full argument that we had now. Because there's things I need to say. I get people coming up to me in the street and going, Rhod, what are you on about? Why were you whinging about that toothbrush on Christmas Day? It's a really good toothbrush. I've got one, or I've got one similar, right? That has never been my problem with this. My argument with it, my beef with this has never been that it's not a good toothbrush. It could be the best pissing toothbrush on the planet. I couldn't give a toss My argument was always that this is a boring, mundane, functional, shitty present. I got my girlfriend an iPad and tickets to New York. She got me a toothbrush as my main... You might as well... this is as boring. You might as well have got me a plug-in air freshener or some bleach. Her argument was that it's a good one. I don't care. Just because the technology's improved, you would never have given somebody an old analog acoustic toothbrush. Well, there you go, that's your main present. It's like giving somebody a toilet brush, and then when they open it up and go, in a bog brush for Christmas, and you go, yeah, but it's a good one, feel the weight of it, it's a belter. Oh, right. Feel the handle, look at this, the shit's coming off like wet paper. God, this is awesome. Hey, somebody else have a shit, this is awesome, this is. God, this is the best Christmas I've ever had. Jingle bells, jingle bells. In fact, I'm gonna shit and use it at the same time. This is how much fun I'm having. No, it doesn't make it a good present because it's a good one of a shit thing. Right? I admit, the reason we both wanted to split up at Christmas is because I overreacted. I opened the present and then my first words, I was a bit aggressive. I said, how much did you pay for that piece of shit, right? Yeah, I was a bit aggressive, but she countered with the equally offensive, it was reduced. That makes it better, that, doesn't it? So I've got a reduced toothbrush as my main Christmas present. I said, how much was it reduced to? Thinking she'd say £2, £4, £7, maybe up to £9, but I certainly wasn't expecting. Rhod, it was a bargain. It was only £179.99. To which I said, geez, a toothbrush for under 200 quid? God, you certainly dug out a bargain there, haven't you, you little bargain hunter, you? Oh, a clever girl. 200 quid for a toothbrush? God, I wish I knew where to shop like you do. There's a bit of extra spending money for us for New York. And this is where she started justifying it by saying how good it is. She goes, but it is a good one. It's top of the range. It is a bargain because this is the best toothbrush money can buy. She started justifying it with some of these benefits. Look, it's got a daily clean mode. What toothbrush hasn't? And then this is where it turned, where I got really angry because she said, look, it's got a computer on it. That's why I got it for you. I saw it advertised as the toothbrush with onboard computer. Wow, that changes everything, doesn't it? With a computer, at the moment, I'm still using a separate toothbrush and laptop. Is it pretty straightforward to get everything onto the toothbrush, is it? Do I just put all my files on a USB stick and copy them onto the toothbrush, do I? How does it work? She said, oh, I don't know if it's a computer in that sense. I said, well, I mainly do word processing. Or can I check my emails, go online? Does it get the internet? Can I sync it with my iPod? Has it got iTunes? She said, I don't think it does any of that. I was like, well, what the pissing hell does it do? This amazing computer toothbrush. She said, it tells you how many times you've used the toothbrush. I won't throw my laptop away just yet. Never mind, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still awesome. It'll still save me taking an abacus into the bathroom when I clean my teeth. No more scratching 5-bar gates into the walls up there, eh? Those days are gone. Finally, I can get rid of all these boxes of paper teeth cleaning records that have been cluttering up the bloody house all these years. No more burning the midnight oil up in the loft, looking over the toothbrush admin, trying to get the figures to match for my accountant. Why would I said, this is about as much use as a pair of talking shoes that tell you how many times you've worn them. She's like, where'd you get them? I said, I made them up. Talking shoes. Well, she said, they sound really good. I said, no, they don't. Well, I used to work in a shoe shop. Sometimes people would bring shoes back and you didn't know if they'd been worn. If you want to invent a pair of whistle-blowing snitch shoes that can grass people up for wearing them, then you carry on. But I still don't know why I'd want a toothbrush that tells me how many times I've used it. She said, it's so you know when to buy a new toothbrush. I said, do you think I'm thick as shit? I know when to buy a new... I'm not really... Do you think maybe I'm unusually gifted? Call me the toothbrush whisperer. Call me dances with toothbrushes. But I know when to buy a new toothbrush. It's when the one I'm using starts looking less like Ken Barlow and more like Ken Dodd. It's not rocket science. It's really pretty simple. And how many times I've used a toothbrush has got nothing to do with it. Do you think if I came home and found you cleaning shit off your shoes with this, I'd grab it back off you, check the onboard computer and go, hang on a minute, love, that's got 2 more goes left on it, These pathetic attempts to justify this. Oh, it's got a timer on it. Why didn't you say that in the first place? A timer, thank God. Only this morning I fancied a boiled egg, but I didn't have a toothbrush handy to time it on. I tried timing it on a hand dryer, a loofah, all sorts of things, but the yolk was far too runny. Why the pissing hell has it got... She said, you don't understand it, so you know how long... It knows how long you've been brushing your teeth. I was like, so do I. I was there when I started brushing them, you bellend. I was there. I started brushing. What's the worst that could happen if I forget when I started brushing my teeth anyway? You think I'm going to lose track of time? Plough on into the nights, brushing them through the following day. And the day after that, day after day up there, brushing away with no idea when What day is it, love? I've seemed to have been up here quite a while now. 2 weeks later, the neighbours have started to worry because I haven't been seen for a fortnight and there's froth coming out of the bathroom window. What's going on? Froth. The street drivers are crashing into each other with reduced visibility. The pedestrians staggering helplessly. The foam, my eyes, the peppermint stinging my eyes. Search and rescue helicopters whir overhead. Eventually riot police break down the door to find me in a foam-filled bathroom in blood-soaked pyjamas, still brushing a toothless, gaping, bony hole where my face used to be, like some kind of minty Daniela Westbrook. She said, don't worry, you'll never get that far, because this beeps when you've brushed them long enough. At last, a toothbrush that beeps when you've brushed your teeth long enough. She said, it's not just that it knows how hard you're brushing. It tells you when you're brushing too hard, it's got a visible pressure indicator. I was like, so have I. I've got a built-in visible pressure indicator. As soon as I see that toothbrush pop out the back of my head. As soon as I hear that crack in the back of my skull and I see the toothbrush in the back, I think, oh, Rhod, you've been a bit heavy-handed there. Better ease off a bit on the old pressure. I said, listen, you bloody... All a toothbrush needs to be is some bristles and a stick thing to hold the bristles in place. That is it. And as it's Christmas, if you really want to spoil me, get me one with a thing on the back to scrape the shit off my tongue. This is just a packaging-heavy, electricity-wasting, bloody 180 quid. I said, where'd you even buy something like this? And she said, I said, swear to God, she said, oh, don't be angry, but I got it on 3 months interest-free credit. I said, well, we can have our house repossessed because you can't keep up the payments on my toothbrush. She said, and we can take it back if you don't like it. I was like, no, we can't. That's the worst thing about all this. I have to keep this because I definitely want to talk about it on stage one day and nobody's going to believe me if I haven't got the bloody thing to show them. And even if you saw this on... Do you know what the real irony of all this is I talked about this on TV on Christmas Day, but if you were incredibly observant / anally retentive, you might notice that this is slightly different packaging to the one I had on TV on Christmas Day. The red is different. There wasn't red on it or something. It's the same model toothbrush, but the packaging is different. They've updated the packaging. And the reason I have one with updated packaging is because on Christmas Day, when I whinged about this on TV, I threw it. Give me a cheer if you remember that. You do. Some of you do. I threw it and it landed in the wings of the theatre down there, and then I left. All excited, I left the theatre that way, the stage, that way. Right? I went home, and then the next morning I woke up, and I thought, where's my toothbrush? And I rang the theatre, I rang my agent, the production company, right, the people who make the TV show, and some bastard nicked it. Somebody on that TV show nicked the toothbrush, leaving me in the most humiliating, ironic position I've ever been in, of having whinged about it solidly on national television for 5 minutes on Christmas Day. 2 days later, I was in a shop trying to buy another one. With the woman on the tail going, "You've changed your tune." Making a fuss on Christmas Day, obviously. And do you know what I can't get out of my head? This is the idea that I can't get out of my head, is that if my girlfriend had just spent a little bit more, you know, and got one with an alarm and an immobiliser on it, it couldn't have got nicked in the first place. Who would have thought in the final analysis the bottom line would have been, she skimped. That's the real problem. Don't let me forget that.